Welcome back, guys, to another episode of TwoTreys podcast. It's me, Son Trey, and with me, as always, is Pop Trey. He's a little busy right now, so he will be on it eventually. But for now, you just got me opening up the show for you guys. I have a great, fantastic show dialed in for you guys. But before we get into that, we always have to get into our honorable mention of the day. So let's go ahead and get into that. Our honorable mention of the day is going to be Williams Lightensforth. And I'll go ahead and show the picture of him for you guys and read off his bio. I hope everyone's having a blessed day out there. If you're liking our content up till now, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It does a lot for the show. You know, it makes me feel better to get on here every day and do this for you guys, all right? So like I said, his name is Williams Lightensforth. Go ahead and look his bio. All right, so although little remembered today, Lightensforth was a social, economic, and political force in pre-gold rush San Francisco, California, with the number of firsts credited to his name when he was named the U.S. Vice Consul to Mexico in 1845. He became the nation's first African-American diplomat. He was elected to San Francisco's first city council and its first school board in 1847. He built the first hotel, the first shipping warehouse. He operated the first steamboat on San Francisco Bay, and he laid out the first horse racetrack in California. Born on the island of St. Croix in the Danish West Indies, now the U.S. Virgin Islands, in 1810, William was the son of the Danish sugar planter Alexander Lightensforth and Anna Marie Sparks, a light-skinned woman of mixed race ancestry. In 1841, Lightensforth sailed his 106-ton schooner Juliana Ann around Cape Horn to California and settled in the Mexican village of Yerba Buena on San Francisco Bay. Over the next 3 years, he became a successful merchant by making frequent trips between California, Mexico, and Hawaii. In 1844, Governor Michel Torrena confirmed his land grant of 35,000 acres on the American River. Ranch Rio de los Americanos was located near the spot where James Marshall discovered gold in January 1848. When Lightensforth died unexpectedly in May of 1848, he was given the honor of being buried inside Mission Dolores Church, where his gravestone may still be seen today. We salute you, Williams Lightensforth. Let me go ahead and pop Trey in here today for you guys. He is on the call. Let's see. Pops, how you feeling out there?
Salam alaikum, son.
Walaikum salam, Pops. It's always
doing
good to
good,
hear your
man.
voice.
Yeah, apologize for the lack of the camera view.
No, it's all good, Pops.
Yeah.
No.
A good choice on the honorable mention, man.
Hey, man, I think there's a little bit of serendipity to the honorable mention. The honorable mention that we had that I just spoke about has a lot of similarities to our special guest for today.
Okay.
Our special guest has ties to Cali in Mexico. So I thought it was actually kind of weird. I'm just reading through it. I'm like, oh, damn, that's crazy.
Right.
But speaking on our special guest that we have for you guys today, these two people are just great individuals. Two people that if you walk down the street, you would just be glad that you walk past them, because they're gonna say hello. They're gonna ask you how your day was. They're gonna make your day a little better. Beyond that, these two people are go-getters. Their mindset is impeccable when it comes to life and business. So we definitely wanted to have them on the show for you guys to give their perspective. On this show, like we have had in the past, we've had guests on that have the wherewithal and the know-withal to give you guys information to better yourselves, to better you and myself, Pops, because I swear we've had guests on here that, blew our mind, let alone our guests.
We haven't missed, man.
We have not missed, and we're not about to miss again, I promise you. So without further ado, let me introduce you guys to G Money and Kassey. How you doing, guys?
Hey.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Hey, it's nice to officially meet Pop Trey. I heard many good things about you.
Yo, so I appreciate it, man. Pleasure to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kassey. We have her.
Nice to meet you too. Pleasure. Pleasure's all here. Definitely. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, guys. So, tell us about yourselves, Gio and Kassey. Where'd you guys start in life? You know, like where are you guys coming from, and where are you guys at now in life? You know.
You know what? I have ladies.
But I'm Kassey. So I'm 25 right now. Where did I start? So I guess I'm gonna start right after high school. After high school, I just decided to get a job and continue college. After that, I decided that I was really. I decided to my more money. So,
Hey Kassey, not to cut you off, but can you get a little closer to the mic if possible? It's kind of like breaking up for you guys. I want to be able to hear exactly what you guys have to say.
Yeah.
Although little remember,
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So anyway, after that, I decided to move out of my house a little bit. I lived in my car for a little bit, and I decided to get questing, and eventually got my own apartment. And yeah, now I've been in sales for the last 2 years. Started with solar. Now I'm doing business to business sales, and I love it. I think sales is the best way to go. It's better than a 9-to-5 job. All I did was a 9-to-5, and after a certain point, I just got fed up, and I just decided that I needed to be my own boss. And doing sales definitely has been helping me out. So that's where I'm at, and I'm working at CMC now. So
awesome.
Go.
How about you, Giovanni? How about you, Gio?
Well, if you guys haven't heard of me yet, a little background story about myself, just to keep it simple. I come from like a humble background where, single family, like single mother raising 2 kids, having to wake up at 4 a.m. just to get to work so she could, provide for us. And growing up, I realized money mattered, and I realized I definitely didn't want to see my mom struggle all her life. My dad not being there kind of made me want to boss up in the sense that, like, I didn't want to see my mom just provide for the family. I wanted to be that rock, So growing up, she had a lot of influence on my mindset in the sense that my career has to be number one. So thankfully to her, she forced me to go to college. I didn't really want to go to college, to be honest. I graduated college and I pursued, entrepreneurship, and then I landed working here with CMC. I haven't looked back, man, because I've been just so focused on my career and really growing my legacy as far as that goes. And now I'm in a position where I'm buying my mom a house. I'm able to provide for my family. My dad, although he wasn't a big part of my life when I was younger, I forgave him, and the dude is, I'm not going to talk bad about my pops, but like he's in a position right now where like he needs help in the sense that like right now I'm providing for him as well. So it's kind of interesting, man. My brain is a little interesting. It's not normal, but I'm glad that God has put me in a position where I'm able to definitely be pretty much the cornerstone of my family and the people around me. So, I'm glad to be an American. I love the fact that I'm in America right now where capitalism is a thing and it's the land of opportunity. If you really put yourself to it, there's no one stopping you but yourself. So that's a little bit about me, man. And hopefully, the audience will get to know me a little bit better after this.
Yeah, man. I feel like we're all a little different when it comes to our mindsets in our kind of field, as being the type of people that say, you know what, I'm gonna be the reason why my life is the way it is. I'm gonna be in complete control of the funds and all that stuff. I'm not going to work a 9-to-5. I'm not going to have someone tell me what to do every day. I don't want that. And it's funny to me because, like Kassey said, she had a hard time growing up. Gio, you said you had a hard time growing up. I had a hard time growing up. I know a lot of people that kind of fit our description when it comes to being like the black sheep, but at the same time being very successfully driven minded. You know, I'm starting to see the similarities in that origin story. You know.
Hey, I think adversity kind of forces us to be great sometimes. You know, there's people that crumble because of adversity and then they just blame their circumstances. But there are people that, because of adversity, it forced them to become better, you know, and I think maybe it happens for a reason, right? Whatever we've been going through. But it's all about the mindset and what mindset you have, I think.
Absolutely. Hey, man, let's get to your shirt, bro. Let's talk about that. Yeah, Dark Side.
Man, what you want to know? So, if you guys don't
Let the world
know,
know.
yeah,
Yeah. What's going on with the dark side thing, man?
I'm the owner of Darkside LLC. It came down to the point where, like, you know, you're making enough money now. Like, there's serious tax benefits if you have a actual business, right? So, I was like, man, what am I gonna name my business? And I'm a huge Star Wars fan. You know, some people call me a nerd because I love all the Star Wars, but I really resonated with the dark side and the whole concept of it. So I figured Darkside LLC was my business name. We do have a clothing line too, but the main bread and butter of our business is B2B sales, and we're partnered up with CMC Groups. But yeah, Darkside LLC, man, that's what we call it.
Gotcha. So let's talk about it, man. I mean, Kassey kind of alluded to it earlier. So now she's in partnership with us at CMC Groups. Can you explain a little bit to the people that are out there about that sales company in specifics?
Sure, yeah. So I want to also kind of explain how I landed there because it wasn't just like random. I actually hopped on Indeed, right? And a little bit before I hopped on Indeed, right? What I was doing, I was a personal trainer, and one of my clients, he was actually a real estate agent, and he actually hired me on to work with his company to pretty much knock on doors and convince the owner of the house to sell the house for cash. And what we would do is bulldoze the house and flip it for a mansion. Really lucrative, right? Long story short, that business, they ran out of like funding for like their projects and stuff like that, so they laid off their like sales force. So I got laid off. So once you get a taste of making like 8,000 a month and up, you know, you want to never go backwards. So I hopped on Indeed and I clicked the little filter that only showed me like jobs and positions that make $100,000 a year or more, and in CMC Groups was one of them, right? And it was either I joined sales or I have to have a master's degree and 15 years of experience. What back then I was only 21, so I didn't really have 15 years under my belt. So sales it was, and I joined CMC, and pretty much what the company does, we help out businesses, small businesses specifically, lower down their costs, like with the phone and internet. So over the years, you know, businesses might not be looking at their bills and have it on auto pay or whatever, and their prices always go up. Well, that kind of raises an opportunity because, you know, a young sales representative that's like smooth with it, good with people, can help them lower their bill, understand that they need to have like a promotional product to lower the bill. And in a nutshell, that is what we do. We sell DirecTV. A fun fact about the company is that we've been DirecTV's #1 dealer for 6 years in a row now, which is pretty big because there's thousands of dealers in America, you know. And that's pretty much what we do. We're a business that helps out small business owners lower down their costs.
What's been like the biggest savings you've been able to help a business with?
Oh, man, okay. I got to think about that one. I've seen some crazy bills in my life, you know, working here in my tenure. I've seen some bills that are like, I kid you not, like $1,000 a month for phone and internet. And the business owner, like, they think it's normal, you know, because the prices with inflation go up no matter what, right? But once you start breaking it down to them and letting them know, like, hey, dude, like, you're definitely out of promotion. I can definitely do this for you. Like, what does that sound good? Do we have a deal? And that's pretty much it, you know. But I've seen savings of like, if they're paying like $1,000, I'm saying like $800 a month savings, you know. And it gets kind of crazy sometimes because like the customers are so happy that you helped them out, and sometimes they give you free food and like free stuff because they're businesses, right? They have like inventory of like clothes and stuff like that. So we call those field favors whenever they hook you up with something for free. But yeah, we definitely help out businesses save sometimes even thousands a year. And to these small businesses, that's that's pretty big, you know. So sometimes I'm really glad that we went in there.
For sure. I just wanted you to share that's what we've been able to do is just help small businesses save money on their bill. In even extreme cases where they're paying, like you said, $1,000+. For those of you out there, I'm actually partnered with G Money and Kassey out there. So that's actually how we met, was through this company. But over my time of knowing you guys, I would say 4 weeks, 3 weeks.
It's about a month.
Right at a month, right? You guys are like at this point family. Because for me, we've had nothing but good times together. We've shared experiences. We've gone damn near to Dallas and back in one piece.
2 weeks.
Almost in one piece. You know? Yeah, and just the experiences I've been able to get from you guys and learn, and lessons learned from you. So far, so be it. You guys have been a blessing in my life, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to have you guys on the shows, because I feel like, you know, if someone can help me up to this magnitude, like just imagine what they can do for the people, you know. So below, we have the CMC groups link that goes directly to the application. So if you guys, you know what I'm saying, you like the numbers Gio's throwing out, the opportunity that we have at this company, you don't like the job you have now, you don't want to work a job anymore, you don't want to work a traditional 9 to 5, you want a better lifestyle, better experience when it comes to work-life balance, click that link. Not click it, but you can't. But get that link below. You know, I'll actually, you know what? I'll add to the description box in the YouTube caption. So after the video, I'll have the link for the CMC group down there for you guys as well, for those who are interested. But back to you guys, just to get to know a little bit more about you guys. Gio, like you said, we were actually talking about it earlier. You said you wanted to talk about mindset. Why is that?
I feel like there's winners and there's losers in this world, you know, and I think it all starts and ends with your mindset. Me personally, you know, I think I'm a winner, and therefore I behave like a winner, you know, and I've been doing things that lead to winning. But I do want to just backtrack a little bit, because I do want to talk a little bit about CMC, because if you guys are going to apply, I want you guys to know what you guys are applying for. This is not a regular job where, you know, you clock in and clock out and every day is the same. I like it a lot because of the fact that it kind of gives you control of your own business. Technically, if you guys do join the team, you guys get hired, you're going to be an independent contractor, right? Which is kind of like self-employed. And that's pretty cool because it gives you a little bit more flexibility than your regular 9 to 5. You're not, you know, your boss isn't micromanaging everything you do and stuff like that. And we do want people to join if they have that mindset where they want to elevate their life. You know, we don't want people that are cool with staying stagnant. We're really big on self-improvement. And that's one of the big things that we like base our whole concept around, really. We want people to level up. The main concept of our company is two things. One, we definitely want to bring new acquisitions to our clients, which are DirecTV, Spectrum, AT&T, right? We want to get new customers. But also internally, our mission is also to like build cornerstones. So like the people that are part of the team, we want them to be so successful financially that they can become the cornerstone of their family. Like kind of like what I talked about in the beginning of the podcast. Like I'm like the cornerstone of my family, you know, and I kind of have no choice because I was just forced to be in that position. But thanks to this platform, CMC, you know, I let meritocracy play itself out, and now, you know, I'm making significant amounts of money. Like I don't know if you guys want to talk about that, the money, but there's definitely no cap here as far as income wise, how much you can make.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, I don't want to ask you specifically about how much money you make, but how about this? What opportunities have you been able to experience because of the amount of money you've made?
Well, I'm pretty sure Kassey can tell you a whole lot of those, but traveling the States for one costs money, right? I bought myself a BMW a very sexy car. You've seen it, right?
I've seen it. She's a beaut.
Yeah, we opened up escrow on a house, right? I mean, I'm 25. Like, not many people my age doing that right now. The other week, I gave my mom $5,000. Like, I was like, here, mom, you know. And the other week, also, you know, helped my dad out with some stuff, give him 2 racks, like it was nothing. But let's go back into the mindset, because it's not all about the money, but definitely the mindset is what gets you to the money. You know, gets you to that position where you're able to make the money. You know, even though right now, even like some podcast listeners right now, they might be like, damn, what the heck? I want to get like that. But before I had any of the material possessions, it was already in my mind. You know, it was like I could already see it happening. So the first step, I think, is belief. You really got to believe in yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. I thought you were gonna continue because I wanted to hear actually if there were some more tips and tricks, in a sense, not tricks, but skills people can learn to get to that money. Because like you said, it's not about having the money; it's the skill of getting it, right? So, what are some skills that, for example, you look for in a new partner that you're acquiring for the company? What are some attributes, characteristic skills that you're looking for or slash wanting to develop in those people?
So I'm gonna jump in because there is a couple of things that, well, as watching him do his thing, like that's what made me want to join. But one thing is, like, you need to have work ethic. Like, you need to want to work. A lot of people, you know, they dread going to work. Like, they're like, oh my God, here I go again. And like, you kind of hear them posting about it or well, anything like that, you know, like you need to wake up in the morning and like be grateful like that you get to work, you know, like that you get to help people. And like, you in this job, sales position, like he was talking about, it's commission only. So, you know, you either you make money and you like help somebody or you don't. So it's like you win or you lose today, and you obviously always want to choose winning. But I think work ethic is one main thing that you need to have. But you can continue going because.
Yeah, I mean, the way you asked the question, I know exactly what I look for in a new hire. There's 3 things, and she said one of them, work ethics for sure, right? We don't want to hire somebody that's lazy. You definitely got to work hard to achieve your goals. Number 2, in my opinion, is student mentality. That's huge, you know, because you can have no knowledge on anything and you can come into our company and we'll train you on that. But the thing about it is you got to be a good student, you know, like you got to be receptive to wanting to learn and wanting to grow. You know, like when we're teaching, like, are you taking notes? Are you trying to apply the stuff that we're talking about? Like, that's very big. Student mentality from the top successful people that I know, even at their level, millionaires, right? Like they're still in the mindset of a student. Like they still want to know more. They still want to learn and grow. So that's very big. And then the last one, so student mentality is work ethic. And the last one is attitude. You know, you got to have a great attitude because you can have work ethic, you can have student mentality, but if your attitude sucks, people just don't want to deal with you, you know? And in this country, you know, dealing with people is inevitable. No matter what you do, you're going to be dealing with people every day. You know, so definitely having a great attitude is very big. You could come in and have an awesome attitude, and you're going to go very far in life just because of the way people are going to be receptive towards how you act, you know? So those 3 things, I feel like if you have those 3 things, we definitely can work with you. But definitely those are the pillars to success in the beginning, I think.
Awesome. So what you're saying is essentially you don't have to have any prior skill in sales. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a slick talker. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the type of person that, you know, sees a bill once and can, you know, like an accountant type person, you know, that can just read numbers off the bat. What you're saying is that all you need to do is come to work, happy, ready, and set to go. That's it.
Pretty much, but definitely maintaining that attitude is going to be big, you know. And what we do, we deal with a lot of rejection. The other day, we got kicked out of this one bar because, I mean, they just were having a shitty day and they just took it out on us, which is not our problem, you know. But maintaining that great attitude. And while we were talking, man, I was also thinking about something that I don't know if you guys know Tony Robbins, but something he's really big on. He says that we all have infinite potential, right? So you got to first accept that as true. We all have infinite potential. But what happens next is you got to believe that's true. because the more you believe that that is true, the more action you're going to be taking in life, just in general, right? To achieve that potential, the more action you take, the more results you end up manifesting or, producing, right? The more results you get, it kind of reinforces your belief. Now you're seeing more results. Now you start believing in yourself more. You start taking more massive action and you start getting more results. But the opposite is also true. Like you could also believe that, oh man, my life sucks because my mom, because my dad, because my dog, because my sister, whatever. You don't take as much action, so you get crappy results. You get crappy results, and that pretty much reinforces your negative belief already. So it's a cycle that Tony Robbins talks about. And thankfully, I was able to read that book. I think it's called Maximum Achievement or something like that. But it pretty much talks about the cycle of success.
Oh, that's awesome, brother. Tony, what made you how'd you find Tony Robinson? Because before knowing you, I've never heard of him. And for me, I look up successful people, but when you showed me him, I was like, oh man, I know this guy. I realized who he was by face, but the name didn't stick with me. It didn't stick before the knowing the face. Well, how'd you find this influential person?
Well, me personally, I believe in mentors. Like I'm really big on mentorship, especially like when you're like starting out, right? Like you don't know nothing really, so you gotta find a mentor that has what you want and try to learn from him. There's this guy on YouTube that I met. His name is Brandon Carter, super buff, millionaire guy that's like has what I want, right? Like he has like the status, the money, the abs, the muscles, right? And then what he was saying on some of his YouTube videos was like, you got to read books, and he would recommend different books to read. So I would literally go to the library, rent out the book, and I would read it. So that's how I got introduced to Tony Robbins, just from following what the mentor said.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And it's so funny to me because hearing your experience essentially about finding Tony Robinson, now you're telling the world about Tony Robinson. So it's pretty crazy how, cyclical it can be. And for example, I start working with you guys, realize, how great the opportunity is. Now I feel like I got to tell people about it,
Let's go.
Word. Hey, man, let me ask you this. Let's have some fun right now. I don't know. Let's say this or that, right? I got to come up with you with this. Pen or pencil?
That?
This or that?
Okay.
How do you play this game? Is it that simple or are there rules?
You choose this or that.
You choose this or that. That's it.
All right.
I wish we could have like I don't know, something, but we ain't got nothing planned. So this or that. So for the first one, pen, pencil.
Pen.
Why pen?
I like pen because I was taught in school that you never sign anything with pencil. So that was just my instinctive response to you. I also like how it looks more than pencil, to be honest.
Yeah, I like how it looks, how dark it is, but also I like pen because with pen it's like I don't know, I can't even explain it. I was just gonna say like I like not having any mistakes and it just looks like neat basically. With the pencil you erase and it just the paper starts looking all raggedy taggy and I like that.
Wait, what about you? Pen or pencil?
Me, pen or pencil?
Yeah.
I gotta go with pencil.
Why?
I gotta say pencil. For me, the pencil allows for mistakes. And for me, I allow people to, I think it's okay to make mistakes. Not everything's permanent. You can always, backtrack and make the right move the next time, essentially. So I like the pencil. All right, next question. This one's gonna be a little hard for you, bro. No, probably not actually. It's probably gonna be. I already know the answer, but let's see it anyways. We have Xxxtentacion, rest in peace. Juice WRLD, also rest in peace.
Juice WRLD.
It's not funny because they're both dead.
Yeah.
I feel like you already know the answer, man. I'm a huge Juice WRLD fan. Like this guy is my favorite, and I've never had a favorite musician like how I have this guy as my favorite. Like I have so many Juice WRLD shirts and like my whole playlist on Spotify and SoundCloud. Like if I go to shuffle, most likely it's gonna be a Juice WRLD song. It's kind of crazy. Like I'm a little crazy about that. I just
No,
love
man, it's not crazy at all. You know, when I was when we were together and you're playing Juice World, you know, I definitely listen, and but I haven't listened to Juice World prior to meeting you, on a consistent basis. You know, I would hear his radio hits, but you know, I wasn't going through his albums or whatever. So when you were playing me his music, I'm like really listening, and I'm like, holy crap, like this reminds me of Kurt Cobain, or a little bit of what's the other guy's name? Oh, it reminds me a little bit of X, but you know, there's some guys out there that it just reminding me of, and it's not only the fact that it made me reminisce of some other artists that I know. It's the fact that the reason why I know I like those artists is because of their mindset. So it kind of crazy to me for like to realize like, oh shit, I might start listening to Juice WRLD, not only because, you know, the music is good, but it's the message behind the music as well that I also relate to.
Hey, one day, one of these like soon days, we're gonna watch the Juice WRLD documentary together, and I think you'll really like it.
Word. I'm down for that, man.
Wait, I got something for you guys. Hold on. So you guys would you guys rather choose reggaeton or R&B?
Oh no.
Oh.
Hey. What's the I feel like it's environment. Reggaeton, if I'm going out, reggaeton all the time. Reggaeton. If I had a little lady friend, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know, make the vibe right at the house, you know what I'm saying, or have a day where I'm like cleaning up the house. It's cleanup day in the house. I'm definitely blasting some Usher.
There you go, man. For me, I would say reggaeton. I'm not really into too much R&B, to be honest, but they're like when Bad Bunny comes on, I notice it's a vibe. Like people start like vibing to it, you know. So that's why I'll choose that one.
Hey Pops, I don't know if you're still there, but what would you go with, reggaeton or R&B?
Honestly, man, reggae.
No, it's not reggae.
Oh.
It's different. It's different. It's reggaeton. It's Latin music.
I'm sure we play.
Oh yeah. Enough respect to the reggaeton. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm an old school cat, boy. So reggae.
No,
Buju Banton.
It's not an option. It was either reggae or R&B.
Hey man, your pop said reggae.
Oh, I gotta go with R&B, man. I'm an old school cat, man. I gotta go with R&B. The love songs, man. Stuff that the sisters love.
Yeah, that was back then. That was the jams.
Yeah. Let me see. Do I have any other questions for you guys? I mean, we've really hit the spot when it comes to like the reason why I wanted to have you guys on the show.
I got one for you.
Yeah, man.
So this or that, $300 cash,
right,
next week on Friday, right? $300,000 cash next week on Friday, or 1 penny that doubles every day for 1 month. Which one would you choose?
That doubles every. No.
A penny that doubles every month?
Every day.
Every day of every month?
No, just for 1 month. So for 31 days, every day it'll double. So 1 cent, and then 2 cents, then 4 cents, then the next day 8 cents.
For 30 days.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna be wrong, but I'm gonna give you the answer I feel like most people would give is definitely give me that 300,000.
All right, yeah. So, hey, I don't care how rich you are. 300,000 is 300,000. But I will say this: 1 penny. If you guys look this up, if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. But this is actually correct. If you double it every day for 1 month, it ends up being more than $1 million by the end of the 30 days. It's kind of crazy, right? You want to think, but it's a doubles game, and then by the end of the 30 days, it's more than 1 million.
Wow. And it's funny you said that because I actually staying on like, you know, the financial literacy topic that you brought up. Do you want to speak on that a little bit? I know earlier today I actually overheard you listening to one of my favorite books by I want to make sure I say his last name right, Robert Lewandowski.
No,
I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but Rich Dad Poor Dad.
yes.
Yeah, man.
Well, his main like philosophy is that the rich don't work for money. You know, like they make money, and if you want to be rich, one of the things you must do, according to him, is become financially literate, because they don't really teach you this kind of stuff in high school or middle school or none of that. You know, so his main thing is like you got to know accounting, you got to know how to balance the checkbook, you know, got to know the difference between assets and liabilities. And his main thing is to get rich, you got to buy assets, which is something that puts money in your pocket. But what most people end up doing is buying a lot of liabilities, which, you know, takes money out of your pocket. So just to keep it simple, that's pretty much like the thesis of the book. My personal belief on money, like I think, like if you care about wealth and you care about being rich and making significant amount of money, like I'm talking hundreds of thousands per year at least, you got to put yourself in a position where that's actually possible. Most people, like in my peers, you could say, because they're my same age, like they'll go to college, graduate with a bunch of debt, right? End up working somewhere and then making $50,000 a year that they're doing something good. But in reality, like they're capped because they have a salary, right? They're an employee. They know exactly how much they're gonna be making. Whereas, like, if you care about really making significant amounts of money, you gotta put yourself in a position where there is no cap. That is the only way, in my opinion, that you're gonna be able to make a lot of money. Because if there's no cap, then the income earning ability is unlimited, right? That's why business owners, and the second one besides business owners is salespeople, end up making the most amount of money in America because there's no cap, meaning commissions. You know, that's the good stuff right there. What you don't want is a hourly job, something that you know exactly how much you're gonna be making that day. You know.
That's right. And you know it's crazy. A lot of people, when you say that, you probably blew their mind. You know, to like really, to be honest, that's probably like the first time they ever even heard anyone say that to them ever. You know, and that's exactly why I wanted to even have you on the show in the first place. You know, to blow these suckers' minds. You know.
Bro, this game of capitalism is exactly that. It's a fucking game. Am I allowed to curse here or no?
Yeah, man, you're free to talk.
All right. Sometimes I
Free
just
speech, baby.
yeah. It's a game. This game is called capitalism, you know, and most people don't understand that we're all playing this game together, you know. And Robert Kiyosaki in his book, he talks about the rat race. You know, like people like always are chasing, you know, more money and more money, but they're doing it the wrong way. They're doing it by, you know, getting a job. That's something he talks about, getting a job. And then also, as they're making more money, they're just spending it all, spending more money, buying more liabilities and stuff like that. So, but we should do the opposite. We should buy cash flowing assets or build streams of income and stuff like that. That's why, honestly, I love CMC groups, because it kind of allows you to do that in a sense, right? Like you make sales yourself, right? But then also, if you are able to be a manager of a team and train others, then you build passive income through that as well. So not only are you making money in the field when you close deals, but now because you have a team, you just built yourself passive income right there. And once they started telling me stuff like that during the interview, when I got interviewed back in 2018, a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, hell yeah, man, I want to join this company for that reason. I understand this game that we're playing, you know. And thank God, man, like we landed here together, and we're part of this journey, because I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, to be honest.
You got that right, brother. Hey, man, another question, because like we were talking about the Robert Kiyosaki book. And I really wanted to touch on what you said. But I remember listening to a little bit of what else he said while you were playing him, and he was speaking on. We can go back to it. Essentially, was the attitude of his poor dad in comparison to the rich dad in certain situations. They would have like the same situation. For example, they were both broke, but there was a different response from the rich dad, and there was a different response from the poor dad. Can you elaborate on exactly like those two mindsets and where they can get you?
Yeah, so the poor dad, it was so just to give some context on the book, if you haven't read the book. So the author of the book, he's like showing his childhood, right? He's talking about his childhood and how he had a best friend whose dad was rich in his mind and then eventually manifested into millions of dollars physically. And then his personal dad, Robert Kiyosaki's personal dad, he was very educated, right? But he was poor in his mindset. He was employee minded versus business owner minded and stuff like that. But the main difference between the two attitudes, as far as like the same situation but different attitudes, the poor dad would always blame others. He would blame his boss. He'd say his boss doesn't pay him enough or all that stuff, kind of releasing the responsibility from himself. But the rich dad, he was taking ownership of the situation of what himself can be doing. And he was like, no, it's not their fault. It's my fault. And I got to learn better skills so I can fix the situation or whatever. So I think that's the biggest difference between the two, because you can blame people or you can take ownership, and taking ownership responsibility is not that easy. That's why most people choose not to do that, But at the end of the day, in this game of capitalism, the people that take responsibility, understand what exactly is going on, and understands that it's up to them to change their current circumstances, they end up becoming successful, coincidentally.
That's beautiful, man. I'm happy that you that sunk in your mind. You almost said it verbatim of how it was told when I first heard it, when I was listening to it in the with you guys. And I just thought it was absolutely like profound, like that statement right there. And honestly, I can say, at least for myself, I've been able to experience those two attitudes in people and seeing where those people ended up,
Hey,
so,
can I?
What were you gonna say?
I want to say something to the audience, man.
Yeah,
This
for sure.
From G Money, right? You can make excuses or you can make results, but you can't make both. You gotta choose.
Quote that. I wish I had a bomb drop. I'm gonna do that. Boom.
Can we have a
Word, man.
bomb explosion?
Like a little bomb sound effect.
Dropping bombs.
Bro,
Hey.
also, one more thing real quick
ahead.
for the
Listen.
audience. Dude, in this game of capitalism that we're playing, not money, age does not matter. That's not a factor at all. There's fucking people younger than me making way more money than I'm making. And there's people older than me that I'm making freaking 10 times what they're making. Like, age is not a factor at all. So you could be 21, you could be 15, you could be 30 listening to this. But the main concept is the whole thing starts and ends with your mind. Age, sometimes people allow age to like give them an excuse why they shouldn't go after their dreams or why it's okay to fail and not be successful. But age doesn't matter. Like, dude, in reality, what matters is adding value to the marketplace. That is what is rewarded here in America. Not, whether you're 19 or 24 or you're 30, that don't matter. It matters how much value you can add.
Absolutely.
But a number, and also you just need to recognize the opportunity. I feel like a lot of people don't recognize, like, sometimes, let's just say, for example, right now, Gio we could be talking about how cool this opportunity is if you work at CMC. People could be listening to this podcast and be like, damn, they're so lucky. Well, we're just giving you the link.
Right.
You need to recognize the opportunity. Like, if you see someone that has something that you like, maybe you could reach out to them and or just look them up. For example, it doesn't have to be us, but it could be like, damn, if there's someone that has muscles or a girl that has nice abs, and look them up, see what they did to get there. They have what you want. So it doesn't matter if you copy them. It's a matter of the results. Will you put in the time to do what they did and get the results that you want? That's what it is. Just recognize your opportunity. Right now, we're giving you the opportunity. Click the link.
Absolutely. Here at TwoTreys podcast, we decided to bring these two on for a reason. If you cannot see that reason, I don't even know why you're on our podcast in the first place. Because with this podcast and then within my life, and I know throughout my dad's life, we only either put ourselves in opportunistic places or pass that opportunity on to others. So this is the situation where I'm trying to pass on this opportunity to you all that are viewing the show. And that's all I can do. I can't make you drink the water, but I showed you where the water's at.
Yeah, that's the saying that they say. You can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink.
And with that being said, man, there's people out there that are thirsty, that are hungry for success and stuff like that. For those people, I will say this, man, don't ever give up on your dreams, because there's all, for people listening, there's going to be a lot of people are going to doubt you. There's going to be people that are going to like say, oh man, do you really believe you can do that? There's people like, oh man, dude, that's impossible. But that's their beliefs. You know, don't let their mindset affect what you have in here. I was at this one success seminar one time, and this his name was DJ Master Barber. He's a very famous guy. You guys should look him up on Instagram. But he came down from the stage, and I was sitting on the front row, right, taking notes and stuff like that. And then he's like, yo, man, you have a dream inside you. That's your baby. Don't let nobody kill your baby. And I mean, at the time, I was like freaking 18, right? So I was kind of immature. So I was like, I have a baby inside me. Like, what am I, a male seahorse? You know? but the concept of that message, I retained in my brain, and I never let it go, because like whatever that dream is to you, there's going to be people that are going to believe that you can't do it. There's going to be people that are going to talk shit saying that no way you can do that, right? But you should use that as fuel, and don't ever let that baby, which is your dream, don't let that baby die. You know, always take care of that baby, nurture it, because that's your dream. That's your baby.
Yeah, going off of what he said, I actually read that in Think and Grow Rich, that this guy, he was just trying to get a job, and, you know, he kept trying, but, you know, he didn't let, like, the people telling him no stop him with what he liked to do. So, you know, he kept following his dream, found someone that was willing to give him the chance, and succeeded. So, yeah.
You can see why.
Awesome. What are you going to say?
Well, if y'all can hear me, can y'all hear me?
Oh, we can hear you quite well, Pops.
Hey, clear.
You got a lot of bass here, boys, man.
I mean, my fault, man. My fault, man.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I just want to say, you know, it's refreshing to hear, you know, Kassey and
G Money.
G Money. Yo, it's good. It's just a refreshing thing, man, to hear you guys talk like this, talk about business, talk about entrepreneurship, talk about being independent, you know, achieving success and proving it. You know what I mean? It's not just about talking, it's about proving it. You know, I know for a fact that, you know, my son is in good hands when he's in Florida. You know what I mean? And him learning from you guys is a tremendous thing. And I just want you guys to continue it. My main question is, where is this service located?
So I can answer that. As far as service goes, basically our company, what we are is a sales team, right? And Fortune 500 companies like AT&T, Frontier, and DirecTV, they hire us to represent them. So they're in all 51 states. But right now we're in Florida, specifically Orlando. So the client that we're helping out here is Spectrum. So Spectrum, with the phone and internet, we help customers lower their bills. So wherever there's small businesses out here, that's pretty much where we're working. Technically, we could work in all the states, but right now, specifically in Florida, Orlando, we're helping out the small businesses down here. And 80% of the businesses in Orlando have Spectrum. The other 20% have AT&T, which since we do serve with both companies, we can help them out no matter which company they have. Like, let's say you have a donut shop and you have AT&T and your bill's high, we could definitely help you lower your bill. If you have Spectrum and you're a barbershop and your bill's high, we could definitely help you lower your bill.
Or if you don't like AT&T and you want to switch to Spectrum, we can help you out with that too.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because we were speaking on not letting the baby die. Speaking of your dreams, what are your guys' goals now that you guys are looking forward to conquering? I know G Money, for you, you know, you're pretty successful in the business that we work right now. You're pretty high up there. And Kassey, for you, me and you kind of started out at the same time, but you already hit the ground racing. So what's next for you guys?
I'll let her go first.
So next, well, I am currently, so what had started before sales, I was hair. So I'm a hairstylist also on the side. One thing
I
I
didn't
do
know
is,
that. That's pretty cool.
so one thing I do want to do is just get my license already here in Florida. In California, because of this whole COVID situation, it kept getting extended and stuff like that. So my next goal is at least get licensed here, and then on top of that, just like, you know, keep building my way up in this company, because so far I like it. So far I'm on a roll, and you know, once you step on the gas, you don't want to, you know, you don't want to press the brakes. You want to keep going. So I just want to keep going up in the company and just keep elevating. That's my next goal.
Yeah, Kassey, don't stop feeding those baby goats.
Wait. I mean, now that you say that, the audience is like, "What the fuck?" I thought there was something. So let's explain a little bit. So I'll have. Right. What the hell does that mean, baby goats?
So it, like, the way I like to see it is like, I'm helping customers, right? That's what we do. But the same way, like when we go to a petting zoo, like we get food and we feed the baby goats. So the baby goats, they come to us. So like we kind of just feed them, and that's what we're there to do. So every time I get a sale or I'm there helping somebody, I'm there to feeding a baby goat, because that's what they want. So that's my way of saying it and making it funny and making it like, it motivates me, you know, as the day goes on. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna go feed a baby goat today, you know?
That's right.
So that's it.
So for me,
by Kassey. Go ahead, Gio.
To answer your question, I'm very money motivated. Like, that's the whole reason why I joined the company, to be honest. Last year I made $250,000, and that's what I'm paying tax on right now, actually. So I definitely want to do way better than last year. So far right now, my business, Dark Side LLC, is on track to make $1 million in revenue. So, you know, we're talking pretty big numbers there. But I feel like, honestly, we're just scratching the surface. Like, right now we're in such a good opportunity where, like, we're barely expanding to different markets and stuff like that. Like, our headquarters is in California, right? So we're in Dallas now. We're in Tampa, Florida. We're in Orlando, and we got a team moving out to Miami. But the United States is freaking huge. You know, so the opportunity is freaking huge, and I understand that. So for me, my goal is to definitely be in all states. I feel like the pioneers that end up, you know, helping the company achieve that goal, being in all states, very well taken care of for sure. And as far as like my personal goals, besides like buying my mom a house, which we're in process of doing that right now, because that's been my goal since I started working. I wanted to buy her a house. So
wow, man.
Thank God we're finally doing it. But I definitely want to become a billionaire. That's like a big goal for me, because I noticed that in this America, like the scoreboard is money. You know, like some people hate to hear that, like money is the devil or something. You know, but that's the reality. Like there's like levels to this stuff. You know, like there's millionaires and then there's freaking billionaires. And I definitely want to be a billionaire. I want my name to be remembered as a billionaire. I definitely also want to retire my parents, my mom and dad. I want to put them on payroll, have them not work and worry about nothing. So those are some goals that, like, just thinking about it in the short term. And one more, just real quick. And this is, maybe it could help people that are similar in the mindset. For me personally, I want to outperform every single one of my peers that I grew up with. I don't want there to be a single person that known me in high school that is more successful than me. So that's me personally. I'm a little weird, but I'm telling you guys straight up what my goals are.
On top of that, another personal goal I guess I have is for sure I want to be famous. It doesn't matter what it is, but I need to be famous. I need to be, like, I don't care whether it's fitness, I need to find a niche for myself right now, but for sure I need to be famous. I need to be known. And I do, like you said, like I want to also give out autographs. I want people to see me being out at dinner and be like, "Oh my God, are you from?" Yes, I am. You know, so that's what I want to do.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, to speak on what you're saying, Kassey, I know when people hear that, they're like, "Oh my gosh, she wants to be famous," but you guys don't realize, like, because of our job and like what we do, it already kind of is like that on a micro level. So all she's saying is that she wants to do exactly what she's doing, which is creating healthy connections with people, but on a larger scale. So I don't want people to be, "Oh my gosh, she wants to be," like, no, like, you don't understand, because you don't work that way, which is fine. But
right.
Yes. Be famous, Kassey. You got it.
What are your personal goals or any goals? What's your
for me?
Next.
I just want my family to be happy and healthy. Some personal goals that I want for me when it comes to business is just to be as successful as possible. I don't want to put a number on it, but I feel like once I start experiencing the things I want to experience in life, that's where I know I've made it. And not only that, when I'm able to share those experiences with my friends, my family members, whoever I want to, that's when I know, that's I've gotten to that ultimate goal that I want, which is just to this life I live. I can say, at least for me, from my perspective, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying being me. I'm enjoying sharing myself with others, and I enjoy the fact that others appreciate me. Appreciate me, and then want to share themselves with me. So it's funny in a way, because I'm talking about this when it comes to human interaction, but to the actual like logical way to go about it is like have some money. You gotta have money to have these experiences, which is true. But my point is, like, the money is not the goal. The experiences that come with the money is the goal. So for me, I want to do some things. I want to jump out of a plane with my pops. I don't know if you want to do that or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got to do
I would
it.
suggest
But, you know what I'm
not,
saying?
son.
If it's an option, you know what I'm saying? I want that option on the table. I want all my options on the table. I don't want to leave any options off the table.
Yeah. You're a thrill seeker, man. I don't know where you got that from.
Nah,
you get it from me.
Pops, I'm just joking with y'all. I'll jump out and play. You crazy. But that's what I just mean, just being able to just experience any experience I want to experience at that time. For me, I'm not a type of person that this is the one thing I want to do and that's it. And I want to only get good at this one thing. I want to try things I've never tried before. I want to meet people I've never met. I want to try the things with the people that I've never met, and realize that, like, I want this to be to get as much experience out of life as possible. And I think that for me, the best way to do that is to allow those experiences to happen for yourself. Recognizing the opportunities, like you guys said.
Yeah, one last thing. We were talking about goals and what's the next thing and stuff like that. I do. One last also goal that I have is just to, like, basically, we all say this as kids, but I do want to repay my mom for absolutely everything that she has done for me, because through downs, like through ups and downs, your parents basically are just always going to be your biggest supporters, and my mom has been my biggest rock. So for that is like one thing, like, I want to repay her for. Like, I want to randomly give her tickets to, like, hey mom, I booked you a trip here to go have fun, and she'll be like, what the hell, thank you. Like, that's a super main goal that I want to have.
What's your mom's name?
My mom's name, I'm sure you haven't heard it, but it's Delmy.
Delmy, shouts out to Delmy for raising such an amazing person.
Yeah, she's oh my god, awesome. She's, what's crazy about her? I look up to her too, because she had me at 16, so she's only 16 years older than me. So I really look up to her, because she didn't know she was pregnant of me until she was 5 months, and then until then, like, she was like, well, I'm gonna level up, I'm gonna be mature, and I'm gonna have her. And she did it all by her own. She was a single mom, and I mean, my dad's there now, but my mom, she did it on her own. She is one strong ass independent woman, if you ask me. But I also, everyone you talk to, like, they know that this woman has been through hell and back, and, like, she's a fucking soldier. So salute to her.
Oh yeah, shout out to all the moms out there that are raising amazing kids like us.
Right.
I'm all right.
Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the dads too.
Parents.
Yeah. Shout out to all the pops.
Papa Trey.
Indeed.
Go.
Most definitely. Can't forget the pops, man.
Hey man, I don't want to hold you guys up. I know you guys are very busy people. you guys have lives, have amazing lives that I've been able to witness so far, and I don't want to hold you guys up from that. Any last remarks you guys want to give to the people before I get you guys out of here?
I just want to say thanks for having us on the show, and it was a pleasure talking to you guys, and it was nice to have you guys get to know us on a personal level also.
Oh, the pleasure is all ours. The pleasure is all ours.
Yeah, I was also like really glad you invited me to this podcast, man. I was flattered. One thing I have to say to the audience is this is one of my slogans that I like to just say whenever I'm like feeling it, right? I always say, "Let's get fucking rich, baby!" Woo!
Woo! Yeah, guys. All right.
So I like that saying.
Yeah.
Say it, everybody.
That's dope. That's dope.
So,
I can
guys,
definitely. I admire the aspiration and inspiration, man, for sure, and the energy. Appreciate y'all, man. Definitely.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. I'll go ahead and get y'all out of here. Appreciate having you guys, and I'll see you guys later, right?
Yes.
Jeez.
I'm gonna bring the whole gang: Darkside Diego and Frank the Tank.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Hey Pops, we're I'm performing at the bar or whatever over here, so it looks like
okay. Shout it out, man. Shout it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be at the Geek Easy tonight around 11:20, 11. We'll see. So if you guys on the podcast, you know me, you're in the area around the Geek Easy, come out, support your boy. I'll be doing my things best I can.
Where are you though, son? You gotta let the crowd know, let the audience know where you are, man. Where you at?
What do you mean? Is that I'm saying it like people should already know. I'm like, yeah, you know the Geek Easy right over here, around the block, to the left.
We don't know.
So yeah, we're in Orlando, Winter Park, Florida. I don't have the address pulled up, but I mean, if you Google the Geek Easy, there's not too many places called that.
Okay.
So yeah, come out and support me, man. I need it. I love it.
Make sure you record it for me, man, so I can check it out, man.
Of course, Pops. Of course.
Got you, Pop Trey.
All right, guys. G Money, Kassey, again.
Salute.
Pleasure having you guys on the show. I just want to tell you guys before you get off the show, having you guys on the show is another slam dunk for us. You know, we really pride ourselves in having, you know, quality guests on the show to give very
quality, definitely
very good perspectives to help people, to help ourselves. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys for turning out.
Hey, I heard you guys don't miss, so I definitely want to help you guys achieve your goals.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Take care, man. I'll see you guys soon.
Appreciate that, man.
Take care, brothers. All right, Pops. What you think, man?
Another hot one. Another hot one.
It's crazy, man.
It's another dope show, man. Pardon myself, man. I'm trying to get my dinner in, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, my one meal. You know what I mean? So, pardon myself. You know what I mean? It wasn't on camera the whole time, but you definitely held it down, son. You know what I mean?
Of course, I got taught by the best. So, you know what I'm saying? This was episode 33. It's crazy for me to think about because we don't, you know.
Nah. Hold on. This ain't 33. This is 34, right?
No, it's 33, I think. Unless I marked it, I numbered it wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's either 33 or 34. Either way, I am quite shocked that we have made it this far.
Right.
But we have into 30 more episodes, you know?
Indeed, man. You know what I mean? Inshallah. Inshallah. But you know, well, yeah, man, we definitely want to do some more lives more frequently. I don't know if Trey, you actually shouted out the donation app, but if you have the time and energy, you want to donate, you know, you want to shoot the Cash App, and you know, hit the like, share, subscribe. Let us know, you know, what you think about the guest tonight. Just even share your thoughts on, you know, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. You know, everybody is all over the place with everything. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you want to have, you know, you want to share your thoughts, what's on your mind. You know, shoot us a inbox or just make a comment on any one of the videos that you see on our channel. You know.
Yes, we love.
We got a lot of things on our
interaction.
minds to get off. That's all.
Absolutely. And yeah, we definitely have
we
some
are,
more shows.
We are the only father. We are the only.
Tell them, Pops.
Yeah, but let's plug this also too, man. We are the only father-son duo on YouTube. Don't get it confused. All right. We are the only father-son duo, black. At that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just want to boast about that a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because that's a huge thing in this time and era right now. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to give ourselves a shout out. You know what I'm saying? You know, with our bond, with the you know what I mean? I appreciate you too, son. You know what I mean? And you know, we came a long way.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Sophia, I just hit her up last night. Sophia Stewart, the creator, owner of Terminator. You know, so she's around the corner. Part 2. Part 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh wow! I'm looking forward to it. I finished reading the third. Well, I already finished reading the third eye when she was on the show, but I had finished the. You know, what was the last one? I don't want to call it the fourth one, but the
Evolution of Consciousness.
Evolution of Consciousness. Thank you, sir. So
I just finished reading that.
That was immaculate. I thought Third Eye was good. That evolution of consciousness.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
It's
right?
fire. It's fire. You know what I mean? And shout out to Sophia. It was definitely, you know what I mean? She was on another podcast last night, and for the third time, I'm not going to name this particular brother's name because he disrespected, you know what I mean, the Oracle by not reading her books before she was back on for the third time. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to, you know, we gotta take care of our jewels on this planet that are coming from our own self. You know what I mean? We gotta be a little bit more protective over the elders, over the wise ones, you know what I mean, over the ones who's bringing us God's message. You know what I mean? We just gotta be a little bit more protective. And, you know, a lot of people say a lot of different things, you know, for a lot of different reasons, and don't always jump onto the agreement with you. You know what I mean?
Hey, Paul, say that one more time.
The overall is truthful. Yeah, I said, you know, don't always harp on the one thing that you don't agree with and disregard all else, because all else you're going to miss. You know what I mean? And that's truth. You know what I mean? So I'm Team Yay. I'll just leave it at that.
I wish you had a bomb so bad, man. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Shouts out to G
it
Money.
It is what it is, man. But you know,
for being on the show, for
G Money,
Kassey, their time and their knowledge. They didn't have to share any of what they share with us today, but they did. And we appreciate them for that. This has been another episode of TwoTreys podcast. Pops, love you.
Treys.
Yes, sir.
Love you too, son. And shout out to we have some people out there. Just want to give a shout out to. Shout out to all of my children.
Get your names
yourself, Damon, Zaire, Trishay, Aaliyah, my grandsons, Caleb, Legend. Shout out to all of you. I love you. Shout out to Sister Shakoya. You know me. She got me. She sent me a text earlier letting me know that she was watching the live. So fish burger, bean soup. That's what I was eating earlier. Shout out.
Ooh. All right,
Yes,
Pops.
man.
You
And we out, man.
I'm gonna
All right, son.
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna send the video to
Yeah.
performance. But other than that, that has been another episode.
Yeah, for sure, man. Do that for me, please.
We don't miss over here. Stay tuned.
Trey, we out.
It's only gonna get better.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, son.
Alaikum salam, Pops.
Love you, son.